live. This is the Cloud Chronicles. I'm your host, Job Blaze. Cloud Chronicles is the official podcast for Freeway Records. You see it. You see it. This big, nice, dope hoodie I got on. Get at me if you want something, man. You know what I'm saying? We got t-shirts, man. Y'all check out gymzit.org, man. We got the water, the Alkaline Life water right here, man. Y'all tap in. We're doing big things. We doing big things, man. We got the books. Check them out. Rick Ross, 21 Keys to Success. You feel me? You feel me? We doing big things, man. Speaking of, man, we got one of the team members here today, man. First time on the show. Yes, man is an artist. He's a producer, beat maker, filmmaker. Yeah, man. He's put some artists out, man. So he is kind of got his hand all over the game. So we're gonna talk to him, man. Y'all know him out there on the West Coast, of course. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the show for the first time, Juan, Mizery.
Oh, thank you, Josh. It's a pleasure, bro.
What's good, man? What's good?
Chronicles was good, man. You know, we was chopping up before it.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do some shit. We're gonna do some shit. Yeah, man. We're gonna do some. Hey, man. So introduce yourself, man, to the people. You know, I'm down south, man. People just, and I know who you are. Maybe they might be familiar with your work. Didn't know you had a hand in it, man. So let them know who you are.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Juan. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm an artist, producer. A lot of people know me for producing. I done work with a lot of different artists. One name people know me from is Tech Nine.
Okay, that's a big one.
Yeah. Yep,
that's a big one.
Yeah, I discovered Tech Nine. Put him out. He's from my town. You know what I mean?
Damn. Okay, you go. All right, I got to jump in. Okay. So tell me about how that was, man. Like when you saw him.
Man, like, it was dope because we went to school together.
Oh, so dope. Okay.
So I was telling a partner of mine like years ago, when we was in junior high, Tech Nine, we did it's a song called Drag Rap that all the South people sample now. Dun 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 dun. You know that record, the big South record. And I seen Tech Nine do that school. You know, back then it was a talent show, so you just will rap the song.
And kind of like you're doing you're doing like a karaoke type shit.
Then, yep. And man, I remember when I seen him do that, I always thought like he was a star and had what it takes. And from there, we went to junior high. We from the same hood. We lived in the 50s. It's called the 50s. He stayed on 58th. I stayed on 56.
Yeah.
Probably about 4 or 5 blocks from one another. And then he ended up getting a record deal with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, which was big back in that day. Which was
them was the names, bro.
Yep. Back then,
you can't say one without the other.
Yeah, man. And we had went to school, summer school together, and it was crazy, man. And he used to just come through, and then he ended up getting a record deal. And when they had the record deal, they actually let me come through him and Icy Rock, and then from there he got dropped from Perspective. So then that's when I got with the crew, my homeboy Diamond Shields, RIP. He was one of my investors, and that's how I started putting out Tech Nine.
Hey man, we all got to do an episode together, man. Later down the line, we got to get him on here, man. Because that's dope, bro. That's dope. That's news to me. I didn't even know that, man. I didn't know that. So that's that. Hey man, salute, man.
So
salute.
I produced a lot of records with him. Some of his biggest records I produced, like Einstein, Tech Nine, so many. So, and I got to give a shout out. Tech Nine was the one who really taught me how the game goes as far as being major, because he already had a record deal.
Okay.
And already like almost 3 years older than me, so he was older. So he was schooling me how per diem works, getting signed,
right?
Tapping in with the record labels, just giving me all the information. And then from there, I didn't know, but I was just like, yo, I think I can blow you up. And then we did it and start putting him indie, and he's Tech Nine now.
Hey man, he's definitely gonna go down in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just real. He gonna go down in the Hall of Fame, man. And I like that he was different. You know what I'm saying? I like that he was rapping, but it was still different. Like ain't nobody like Tech Nine, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, real life. That's why I liked him, because he was different then. And back in that era, you couldn't sound like nobody.
No.
You better not.
It's so weird. You hear so many people say that, like, you couldn't sound like, I've heard
You
Snoop
better
say
not,
that.
right?
I've heard tons of OGs, man, tons of vets, and again, like, you couldn't sound like niggas back then
Yeah.
when we was
Now you can, they
yeah,
simple, but back in the day, you better not sound like Ice Cube. You can
right,
be influenced, but you better not sound like Tupac. You better
right,
have your own flavor. So that's what everybody loved about Tech Nine, because he sounded so different.
right.
That's a blessing. And work with a lot of people, Mac Dre, all kind of people in the business, man.
Wow. Wow. So
Shoot,
what made you want to get in the game, man? Tell me how you first like got into it. Like,
just being young and hearing hip hop, being
fan of
young.
the music, huh?
Yeah, fan of the music, man. Just hearing hip hop through the radio. And I just remember telling my mom and grandparents, like, yo, I'm a musician first anyway. So I've been playing the drums since I was 4 years old.
Oh, okay. I did a little light drumming, you know what I'm saying? Did a
Yeah,
little light
yeah.
drum. I played a couple years on the bass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
You
I'm
did?
saying?
Oh, you play bass? Okay. So
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Because see, what I did when I went to elementary and they offered orchestra,
yeah.
I took it because I always wanted to play an instrument, and it
Yeah.
was like, niggas, shit free. We gonna teach you how to play free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just had to like rent the equipment. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
my pops, he was a hustler, so he went to the pawn shop. We just got one.
Got one.
Fuck
Yeah.
all that rent and
No.
shit. We finna just
Yep.
get you
You
one.
can buy one.
So
Yeah.
man, yeah. So I started with the violin. Niggas' hands was too big for the violin. You know what I'm saying? I always loved the viola because that's the fiddle, nigga. That down south shit, that fiddle. But I ended up on the bass, man. I started on that stand up bitch.
Oh, damn. The
Nigga,
stand up
yeah, I
bass.
learned
The
on
upright bass.
the boy on the stool, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm 50s band spinning that bitch.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, man. I like that. I always I'm down with the musicians, man. So I was a musician first too, man. That's dope, man. What else you play?
Little piano, keyboards. That's really it.
Yeah. Somebody said the flute for me. Hey man, nothing wrong with the flute. We all played the recorder at one point.
Yep, hey, yep, that flute. I love the flute too. But yeah, so back in there, equipment was hella high. The
Man.
drum machine was $3,000. Wasn't no laptops. So man, I just had to get my equipment game up. I had somebody investing in me with the equipment. I was like 16 and had like $10,000 worth of equipment, and that was a lot.
And 10,000 back then is like 30,
Yeah,
40.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And just got into it, man, and just start getting drum machines and studying the hip hop, and just fell in love with it, and just made my mind up that I was gonna go major and be just be in the game, and I just kept working toward it. And with Kansas City ain't no record labels down here, so I had to go out west.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Black Report tapping in, man.
Shout out to the Black Report. What up? Shout out to everybody tapping in for real too.
I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Everybody tapping in, man. I see y'all in there, man. The likes is not adding up to the watches. Pop that like button for your boy, man.
Yeah, hit that like button, man. Share it too. Support.
That's what's up, man. Go ahead.
You may be able to look at this later too. So if you can't get to it now, share it. Let somebody check it out.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you about the name, man. Is there a story behind the name?
Don Juan? Yeah.
Or the Mizery, all of it.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
Well, the name Don Juan really came from Bishop Don Juan.
Okay. I see that.
So back in the day, man, I was always good, and when I was in junior high school, I was always good with the females. Cool, not just cool. You could just
you had cool. That gift, that gap. Yeah.
You cool with the females, they support you. And man, I used to hear about no internet, just word of mouth. My stepfather was a street dude, so I would hear about this pimp called Bishop Don Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now my real name is Dewan.
Oh, look how that worked out.
Right. So
what's going on?
Because I felt like I wanted to be a pimp like the bishop, word up. I said, I'm gonna start calling myself Don Juan, like Bishop Don Juan, because I wanted to be a pimp player, with
the ladies'
and
man.
That's how that came about. And really, Mizery came about. I got some homeboys named Hobo Tone and OG Riff. They used to do this song called Mizery, like for Missouri.
Okay. I like it.
And
okay,
they
Mizzou. Okay.
They used to go crooked letter, oh, you're I, we leave you in misery.
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen them perform that, they older than me. I was like 15 and 16. I was like, I'm gonna call my record label that.
Mizery. Okay, I like it. I like it.
So that's what it's for, not for Mizery, the negative part, but it's really Mizery.
I knew there was something behind it. That's why
Yep.
I had to have you explain it.
Yep. So that's me representing the state of Missouri. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like it even more now.
Yeah, Midwest. You feel me? And that's the other thing. You know, when you came up in hip hop in my era, you had to represent where you from. You know,
first.
Where you at. You better not be saying you from the West Coast. You ain't from there. You better not say you from New York. And that was what it was about then, representing the whole map of Missouri. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's how I came up with Mizery and Down One.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Them likes is going up. That's what I'm talking about, man. Drop them likes on us, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Turn the bell on for all notifications, man. We doing big things here. Freeway Records in the building. Job Blaze, man. We sitting down with Don Juan, Mizery, man. Okay, man. So tell me how you got hooked up with Freeway, man. How'd you come across paths with that?
Man, you know what? My assistant, she my manager now, assistant manager. She man, it's funny. I used to American Gangster came on.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick wasn't out of jail yet.
Mm-hmm. You talk now. We got to clarify because I know what you're talking about. You talking about the show?
Yeah, the show American.
Okay, because people got to know because you know the movie.
BT. Yeah,
a lot of people don't know.
Right. The TV show American Gangster had came on, and Rick wasn't out of jail yet.
Yeah, I remember watching it when it came out too. I was. That's why I'm like, I'm wearing this nigga shit and working with him now. That shit is kind of surreal.
Crazy how it worked.
It's surreal, bro. I'm like, I remember watching that shit. Go ahead though.
And I told Chris, I was like, I got a strange feeling I'm gonna be hooking up with Freeway Ricky Ross, and we looking, but we like, he in jail. And you know, I didn't know about his case appealing to getting out.
Yeah, he was on the way out. You didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't know. And man, sure enough, he got out of jail. And I got a homeboy named Tyrone Richardson. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Tyrone. Him and Rick is real good friends and partners, good homies. And that's who introduced me to Freeway. And I went out to California, and we met. And then I did some business with him. I brought Rick down for matter of fact, I was meeting with the prosecutor, the police, and the judges, and they was trying to stop the crime down here in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, "Yo, we need somebody that."
I want to say like a spokesperson from the neighborhood.
Yep, and they was like, "Who do you know that have a big influence that, you know, that will influence the kids and street people who selling drugs or need to get out the streets?" I was like, "Well, I know Freeway." I was like, Rick Ross. And the prosecutor was like, "You talking about the ex-drug dealer?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, nobody believed that I knew him.
Right.
I was like, I can get him down here. So we put a budget together. I got Rick down here.
Right.
One of the venues I had like the judges, the police. I just had all these people there, and they was just real impressed.
Yeah.
And Rick was impressed. Me and Rick was riding around, and so Rick was impressed how I handled that business. You know, very precise. And Rick had me hearing about me through QD3. That's who put me in the game. Quincy Jones' son, QD3.
Oh, okay. Damn, Quincy's son?
Yeah, that's who put me in the game.
We can't just gloss over that, man. He said yeah. He's like, yeah, man. Quincy's son, nigga to put me in the game. You just gloss.
Now I'm hungry with it. And that's how I met Rick, man, through Tyrone. And then it's funny, I went out to LA and I stayed with Tyrone, and I remember being in a meeting, me, Tyrone, Rick, and one of the major writers for Snowfall.
Yeah.
So I watched that come to life before it even came to life, and knew that show was about Freeway Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like it was dope that when I finally got to hang around Rick wasn't on no arrogant. He wasn't. You wouldn't know that he was that big from.
You wouldn't know he was him
through his personality.
Right.
And man, he invited me to the meeting. I thought I was gonna have to leave. He's like, nah, bro, you can stay. And I just thought that was cool because it was a very important meeting. And
Right.
then from there, I just was like, oh, this is my man. And then we talked about doing some music and putting some publishing together and his record label. And I told him, man, you count me in whenever you get it set up. I'm in. And I've been keeping up with him ever since then. You know what I mean? So that's the connection to Freeway. Shout out to my man Tyrone. Shout out to American Gangster. And then I start getting up on Freeway because I got a rapper. It's an artist down here I used to produce named Rich the Factor, and he called himself Freeway Rich. And
Okay.
That's how I started learning, like, who's this Freeway dude, you know? And through the years, you know, you heard about that, but about time I really started getting up on Rick. He was already in jail, you know, and all of that. And I started just kind of doing my history. So just working with Freeway Rich, I start understanding, like, oh, okay, Freeway's a real dude. This is somebody name, and then the rapper got his name from him, Freeway, you know. So I start kind of understanding, then the real rapper, the other rapper got his name from him, his name, you know. And when I seen that, I was like, damn, Rick Ross, he got his name from the drug dealer Rick Ross. I even remember when he had his beard like him, you know what I mean? Like everything, you know what I mean?
He like a big version of Rick.
Yeah. And start talking about the hustling and the drug dealing and the Pablo. And I was like, damn, he rapping about the homie's life. So Rick Ross, the rapper, was a big influence on me studying Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, the rapper. The rapper was influenced on me to study the real Rick Ross, because I was like, damn, if this dude's taking his name and rapping, I know for a fact with me of being a rapper, you can't rap and sell drugs. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can, but
they gonna get you.
Yeah, they coming to get you. So all these influences made me start studying Rick, and then I just start studying him real good and looking at all his interviews. Just start studying him, so when I meet him, I know how to deal with him. And I met him, and here we are today.
Yeah, like, man.
Hey, here with you, you know what I mean? Here we are today.
Yeah. When I spoke with him for the first time too, man, it was on a call, and I didn't even know he was on there, and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, how you doing, man?"
Yeah.
You know, and he was very cool, man. Very cool, very humble, man.
Yeah, humble dude, bro.
Yeah.
And I see how he was able to be that big in a drug game like that, you know, because he got a certain vibe. Like you said, he don't trip off of money. You know what I mean? That's not the main focus. So I love Rick, man. I think he's a good brother, bro. You know, we all do.
Right. So let me ask you, man, what kind of projects you got coming out, man, working on for the new year for 23?
All right, so the peace rally is real important to me.
Okay.
Rick Ross got a project called the Peace Rally. And the whole object, I remember when he called me, he was like, man, Don, I've been thinking about we need to bring something back like the same game. That was something that was big in the 80s. All the rappers got together from the West Coast. Eazy-E, NWA,
is that picture that when they had the truce with the red and blue flag? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep, the same gang. And then they had Self-Destruction too on the East Coast with all the big rappers.
Right,
and
I remember that.
And that's missing. And as soon as he told me, I was like, damn, that's what we need to do. So that's one major project that I feel like is real important, because with all this killing, man, so many rappers is passing away. Our violence against one another, black on black crime, is terrible. And I think it's a good project, and we getting some dope artists and different people. Then myself, I got a project where I got about 5 records out everywhere under That's Don Juan, THATSDONJUAN. That's my artist name, producer name. I changed my name because it was so many Don Juan, so I had to put that on front of it. And I got a record out, Double XL Superman, Watch Me Do Magic. That's Don Juan, and a record called Snack. And that's my project. And man, it's funny. I have to think because I have so many people that I'm working with.
Right.
But they're my main priorities: the Freeway Rick, Peace Rally, and then my stuff. And then we're working with Rick. I'm able to be working with a lot of different artists. So I'm talking about Rick got it. I'm talking about Rick got it popping. Every time I look up, somebody hit me like, "Yo, Rick told me to call you." So
yeah,
I probably got three calls every day from new artists for the last 30 days that Rick introduced me to. So I'm excited about the Peace Rally.
That's what's up, man. Make sure y'all tap in. And when's the date? Y'all have a date set for that yet?
We don't have a date, but
Okay.
I know we probably gonna want to close out probably February because we've been getting a lot of verses in. So the first quarter is about to come up. So mixing in. I got all the vocals. We still waiting on something. We just sent something to Crooked Eye. Freeway the rapper sent a verse in. Rick called me Cassidy.
I fuck with Freeway. Hey, Cassidy too.
Yup. He got a Cassidy, and then we got Raw, Big Keys,
Blood Raw, yeah.
Yep, Rory, Big Star,
Mhm.
Continental Cuddy Continental. Man, we got a lot of stuff coming from the East Coast, West Coast. Man, a lot of artists. If I forget y'all, just so many to name, but we got some dope verses coming in.
That's what's up, man. Hey, artists, man, y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. FreewayRecordsLLC.com, man. Submit your music.
That's right. Submit it. It's going down.
Yeah, man. It's a big network, man. A lot of views. A lot of people. It gives gives your music a lot of opportunity to be seen on a way bigger basis than you may have. A bigger platform than you have.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's definitely worth the submission, man. So y'all make sure y'all do that. FreewayRecordsLLC.com, man. We on there. You know what I mean?
By records.
That's what's up. Hey, okay, so before I let you go, man, any shout outs, man? Definitely tell the people where they can find you on social media. And where you can get the music and stuff.
You can get the music on Spotify, iTunes, all the digital platforms. It's everywhere. It's under That's Don Juan, like that's THATS DONJUAN. All my social networks is That's Don Juan, THATSDON, THATSDONJUAN. IG, Facebook, TikTok, all of that. I got some dope music out, and then I got a lot of stuff under Don Juan. So if you Google Don Juan KC, you'll see a lot of stuff come up that I produce. Shout out to Galen for hooking this up. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole team and Freeway. Man, we about to put some stuff together with the comedy. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Freeway Ross. Definitely working with Rick is definitely he's put me on another that next level.
Hey, same.
That next level, you feel me? So and then shout out to my assistants, Chris Danielle. She always be making sure to help me out, man. She keep me on point. So shout out to the team, shout out to the crew, everybody been supporting, the homie Stacks, Monty, Rock Daddy. Just shout out to everybody, man, my whole crew for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the homie Rob, man, for checking in.
Yeah, shout out to Rob.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who tuned in this episode, man. We had a lot of viewers on here. I appreciate y'all showing love. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button real quick if you have not already. Hey, man, this has been another. Hey, yeah, for real, man. This has been another classic episode, man. So make sure y'all like, share. Share this to everybody. Put it all over the place.
I got a lot to talk about, so we definitely gonna do some more, man. This
part one. We got to do a part two. We got to do a part two, man, for sure, man. Yeah, hey, you welcome back anytime, man. You want to tap in with me once a week? Holla at me.
Yeah, shout out to Audrey, my homegirl Audrey. She slays some dope out there in Philly too, man. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to Audrey, man. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody who dropped a comment. Sherry, Raw, Audrey. Who else Who else got on there was dropping comments, man? Everybody, man, that dropped a comment, man.
Everybody, we miss you. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Just spread the word that Freeway Records gonna be one of the biggest record labels.
Yeah, man, we coming. Hey, end of the episode, I always like to say, man, mental health is real. You take care of this, it'll take care of you.
That's right.
Reach out to somebody, man. If you haven't talked to them in a while, man, if they cross your mind, it was for a reason. Drink some water. Tell somebody you love them. We out. Freeway Records. Job Blaze. Don Juan Mizery.
Don Blaze. Thank you, brother. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Peace.